Are you sick and tired of facing Zoro in this meta? That turn where they play Tashigi and just swing at your board then your face? Or when you think you finally have the chance and they hit you with the back-to-back restand during the late game? Well, look no further, because I brought this forgotten leader and test out how well it will do in this meta full of Zoros. And I am talking about Katakuri. No, not that Katakuri. This Katakuri. Katakuri came out in OP03 and it took the meta by storm. I know, because this is when I first started playing and my very first deck was Lucci. No, not that Lucci. This Lucci. And it sucks because black decks did not have good supports to remove and control the board like it does now. What makes Katakuri powerful is the boss card of the deck, the 10 cost Big Mom. This adds one card in your life and remove one from your opponent, which makes it hard to deal with when it comes to late game. Not to mention the triggers it can play from life, which adds more body on the board that you have to deal with. So, after 9 sets, how well can Katakuri go in this meta? The answer? Pretty freaking good. The supports that Yellow got throughout the past few sets are pretty disgusting. And today I will show you how far this old leader came and show you why this is a very underrated deck. So the first game, we're actually going first this time. And we're putting down a searcher so we can search and actually combat the one cost searcher that he would play here, which is Hiyori. So we don't want Hiyori to keep searching cards for our opponent. Also, Zoro is a deck that needs a lot of pieces. That's why those little searchers are really important for them. So we need to get rid of them as soon as we can. Now we're just gonna attach all our Dawn here and we're gonna take a peek of our top life. So that's one of the good thing about this leader is that you can see the top life and kind of plan your turn ahead or the triggers that you want to trigger. My next plan here is to get Zoro into 3 lives so we can play the Kikunojo on our board. Having Kikunojo on the board means that if she gets KO, we will gain 1 life and we can extend this game a little bit longer so until we can start dropping those 10 cost Big Moms. As you can see, he hasn't built any board yet and he's just using his leader ability to clear out the small bodies that are not going to be attacking anyway on our board. Again, I'm just clearing his board and I'm trying to make sure that there are no characters or no cards here that has activate main, and that would just help him build his board as well. And I'm actually just trying to use any on play effect here that would remove them as well. That's why you see me use the Nami card and trashing one of the dead cards in my hand. Now this is where Zoro gets a little bit deadly if he has the board set up, but unfortunately he doesn't have any target for Tashigi to KO on our board. That's why he only used that blocker Mihawk so he can have a restand. Again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm using my searcher to clear the Hiyori and then I'm starting to slowly attack him and making him use all his cards. He did restand that Mihawk, which kind of gave him another block, which is pretty good on his part, but it doesn't matter because we do have the 8 cost kid, and the 8 cost kid's on play trashes one of his life, or I should say stop life. So here I'm just still trying to protect my board because I want to swing really wide to Zoro, and having a wide board means that he needs to trash or counter a lot of cards onto his hand, and that's just gonna get thinner and thinner as the game goes by. As you can see here, I'm just attacking and he really saved that 8 cost Mihawk at last, so he can defend it, but he's got 2 cards in hand now, and that 9-cost Zoro wouldn't do much for him anyway, because we still have a lot of counters, a lot of cards in our hand, and yeah, he's just attacking there. So remember, we also have the Beige on our last life, so if he decides to attack here, then we can just Beige his leader. So I did set it up earlier, and now he doesn't have any play here, and he's just gonna try and attack with his blocker. But unfortunately, we do have a lot of cards in our hand, and we can just go for game here. So attacking 5, he can take that one, and then he doesn't have any blocker, so we're just gonna attack 22 on the face. So that's how you beat Zoro with Katakuri. Now we gotta go to the next game. Alright, so second game, we still haven't get the win on the dice roll, so we are still going first here, and we're actually gonna mulligan for Kuma, which we actually did get, and we have 2 of them, which is pretty good. I don't really mind the odd curve because I can play the pair of spurs, and if he decides to KO the pair of spurs on the Tashigi turn, and that's very fine for me because I can do a free search and I can search all the pieces that I need. In this case, I managed to get the 10-cost Big Mom and grabbing another one from life as well. Now, I don't mind swinging 7 into this small character and then putting that Sanji on the bottom life, just in case we need that one coming in clutch for the late game. And then as we all know, the Tashigi turn, he will swing and clear my board again, but that's okay. We're still on a healthy 3 life after this, and we actually get a trigger. We're gonna trigger that one and then get rid of that Tashigi as well. So that's one less swing that we have to worry about. Here I made a mistake here. I should have done the Kuma first, so I know what's gonna be on top of my life. But I think I just got too excited and forgot the sequencing for this. Having the Kuma is very good for our board because that's a 7k swing, and he needs to exhaust 2 cards just to defend the swing from Kuma. We're not really too concerned about the swing here because we can have another Kuma again, and I'm pretty sure that I fixed my mistake here. So I'm gonna swing 7 first, and he's gonna block that one. I'm gonna swing 7 first, and then I'm gonna get rid of the Nami, and then I'm just gonna leave that Thunderbolt on the top life. The Zeus as well is pretty good. It's a free searchable 2k from the Charlotte Pudding that we have, and it's really nice every time you search a 2k because that would come in really handy. So you can see I'm slowly building my board in here, and yeah, it's looking pretty nice. He's gonna swing 8 into my pudding, which we don't really care, and he's gonna swing, and I'm just gonna Thunderbolt that Cavendish so he doesn't get advantage of that restand Dawn. So he's gonna save and use his blocker again, and I'm gonna swing 7, which results into like having 2 cards from his hand. Now he's deciding if he wants to take this one or waste another 2 cards from his hand. Now he's really low on resources, and look at the board state. We do have 2 7k swing, and we do have a 12k body as well. So it's gonna be very hard for him to recover from here. Even with the restand, I think we're just gonna have a lot of trigger in this deck. So he KOs that 7k swing, but that's okay. We replace that one with a life on our so we just replace that one with a life, and yeah, here's another 10 cost Big Mom. So he needs to take one of this swing, and then he's gonna lose that Mihawk as well if he doesn't block, or if he does block. Sorry. Now we're back to 4 life, and he's on 0, so he's on a clock here, and he needs to end this one pretty soon as well. Now he doesn't have any ways to deal my board. Even if he blocks with the Mihawk, it's gonna be very hard for him to block the oncoming attack from my leader as well, and the other characters that I have. He's gonna restand. He's gonna keep attacking that 12k body, but he's not gonna make any dent, and it's just the it's pretty much the end for him here. We're just gonna take this life, and we're gonna trigger this one and put another body on the board. So he's gonna attack, and we're just gonna put him into game here. So we're just gonna swing 9 just in case. He's still got some counters on his hand, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh, he's gonna restand that, so we're gonna attack that one again, and he doesn't have any restand anymore, and then he doesn't have any way to defend that last swing. So if you're liking this deck, stay at the end of the video and I would show you the deck list that I'm running for this leader and this deck as well. But before that, if you're liking this video as well, please click like and subscribe. We are almost on 700 subs, and we're trying to aim for that 700 subs before the end of the month. Now back to the video. Now this is the 3rd game, and we haven't won the dice roll yet, and it would be nice if we can go 2nd, but that's okay. We can still stick into the plan and play that Peros into our 2nd turn. So even if he tries to swing with that, then we can just get rid of it and search for more cards that we need. I'm gonna be activating my Sanji in here, so we can swing wide into Zoro and get him into 3 life, and we can start playing that Kiko Nojo as well. So now that he's on 3 life, we're gonna swing 7 again, see if he defends this, and we actually have the Kuma on our life. See, that's gonna be really, really good. We're not gonna be afraid on taking our life there when he swings, and he can play the Tashigi, but that would just give us 1 more extra life if he swings with that Kiko Nojo there, because he's already down on 3 life. So that is the plan here. We need to get him into 3 life, and we need to drop that Kiko Nojo before he drops the Tashigi. He's gonna try and swing to my board. I don't have any ways to defend all of the characters in here, but that's okay. If I can at least save 1 card on my board, then I'll be pretty happy with that. We're just gonna maintain how wide the board is for now and actually reduce the cards on hand of our opponent. So here I learned from my mistake. I'm gonna place down the Kuma first and then view my top life, and I'm gonna put that one on the bottom again. So we are preparing for the worst in here, and we're actually low on resources, and then he actually hit me with that Electric Luna, freezing 2 of my cards on my board, and we got another Kuma from the life, and I'm gonna trigger this one. And I was thinking if I should sacrifice that 8-cost kid, but that's okay. I think I should be good. And another Kuma in here. No signs of Big Mom yet, but that's okay. We can try and search for it, but even though we tried to search for it, we still didn't get it. We do have the 8-cost Katakuri though, just in case we need to put the Kiko Nojo back into our lives. So we do have another trigger, but yeah, I made a mistake there as well. I'm supposed to swing into the leader, but I don't know why I accidentally swing into that Tashigi. I'm just gonna swing for life here. Looking at the top of our life, and just gonna leave it there because we want to put the Sanji at the bottom of our life so we can survive any unexpected swings from Zoro, because we know Zoro, they have a lot of restand and a lot of don't restand as well on the deck. So here he can take a choice of what card he's gonna KO. No matter what card it is, we're gonna gain an advantage for it. In this case, we did replace it with a 2K, which is fine for us. I'm pretty happy with it. And if he decides to swing into a Kikonojo or Kuma here, we're gonna get another life, which is gonna prolong this game, and the longer it gets, the more harder it is for him because of the 10 cost Big Mom. We still don't have that Big Mom coming through, but that's fine. I'm just thinking what to do in here. So I'm trying to bait him to use one of his Mihawk, so I can place one of his Mihawk on the top of his life. So there we go. So I'm gonna swing with 7 here with Kuma, and we saw our life as well that the 10 cost Big Mom is coming if he decides to swing into our life. I'm gonna play that Hiyori, but we already have the 1 cost Pudding on our board, so we can easily get rid of that one. Again, he's on the same situation where whatever card he swings at on our board, then we're gonna gain an advantage on it. So yeah, I'm just deciding if I should keep taking this one, because I saw that the restand that he took from the search from Hiyori. So I'm just gonna trigger this, and then we do have a blocker now. So even if he restands, we do have a blocker, but if not, then we do have enough to counter anyway. He doesn't have any choice in here, but he has to search for more 2Ks, so just in case that one of my swing doesn't go through, then yeah. Here I feel like the Big Mom is a bit overkill, but that's okay. You can never be too cautious when it comes to Zoro. So here I'm just gonna start swinging, and he needs to deal with the 7 and 8K swing as well, and he's running low on his hand size. So that's it for us. We actually got him with the trigger, and yeah, that's the 3rd game, and we still haven't got the win on the dice roll. So we're gonna look one more game before we reveal the deck list. Okay, so I lied. We don't have any more games after this, but this is the deck list as I promised. Obviously, you can change the big boss monsters in this deck. For me, I like to extend the game and stall for the 10 cost Big Moms, and having those 7 cost Big Mom, 8 cost Katakuri, and 8 cost Kid kind of help me to build my board and kind of like control the enemy's board as well, and also control my life. And yeah, so this is it, and as you can see, there's so many triggers for it. And like I said, the plan is just to get the Tashigi nullified on the early game. So it's either with the Perisperis or with the Kikonojo. It doesn't matter, whichever they rest and swing on, you would always get a guaranteed return for that turn. So yeah, I hope that you like this video, and I do have an Enel version as well, which is crazier than the Katakuri deck. So if you want to see that version, hit like and subscribe, and I will drop it. Just comment down below if you want to see it. But yeah, so that's it for me. See ya.